Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Christine and I am pursuing my financial dreams, namely becoming and staying debt-free, saving and investing, all in preparation for retirement in hopefully about 3 years. I am married, have 2 children in college, and am an elementary school teacher in my 25th year, and I live in a very high cost of living area near the Jersey Shore. No, not at all like the TV show. If you're interested in budgeting, saving, grocery hauls, and more, I'd love for you to stick around to follow me on my journey. So I am going to be going over my paycheck budget for my April 12th paycheck. And I am going to zoom in. Okay, so for the last paycheck, I was able to roll over $825. This was due to the fact that March was a magic month for me. So that last paycheck in March really had to cover the bills on the first week of April. So this had to cover those early ones. My paycheck on April 12th, I used my old paycheck rate. Now, I did recently change my withholding or contribution, I should say, to my FSA. So I do anticipate that going down a little bit because I did increase the amount that I contribute. I am a teacher and I do have a teacher's pay teacher store, and I'm estimating I am going to make about $400 this month. That's about the average. Sometimes it can be more or less, especially during the summer. It is much less, but during the school year, it's consistently around 400. I also do sell some things on eBay that are either around the house or perhaps picked up at a thrift store. And I am going to estimate that I make about $50. This is not a full-time gig by any means. I do hope to increase the amount of selling that I do in retirement. I think it's fun to do. And as we get closer and closer to our retirement age, my husband and I are kind of purging through what we have in the house and getting rid of some things, selling some things, which helps. Now, I'm going to estimate $98. Now, that might seem strange to estimate $98, but this other category is really for medical reimbursements. We have some out-of-network medical needs, and we do submit those and get reimbursed for our insurance. So it's usually about $98 that we get reimbursed. Okay, so all adding up this total here, let's see, 825. And that gives me $4,192.12. Okay. All right, now for my fixed expenses, most of my utilities come out in the beginning of the month, and this is what my rollover from last month needed to cover. So that $825 was really for these first 3 bills, and a little something else just in case. So we do have natural gas. As the weather gets warmer and warmer, that bill is going to decrease. In the middle of the summer, it's about $50, $40 a month. But right now, we still have some chilly nights, and so I'm estimating about $160. We do have our stove, which is natural gas, as well as our dryer, which, oh my gosh, that dryer runs forever. And I've recently been keeping track of just how long it runs and stopping it before the cycle ends. And I think that's going to make a big difference. We do have Verizon for our cell phone provider, and my monthly bill is usually $221.38. That's pretty high. I'm not sure what to do about that right now. I am still paying off my phone as a monthly payment. That's increasing the fee each month. That is a goal of mine, to pay that off, but I'm hesitant to switch to some other plans because I do have 2 kids in college, and I just worry about service and connectivity and all that jazz. So this is one of those things where I don't know if I'm just going to be stuck paying this much or what I should do. So that is something I'm going to keep researching. Comcast. Don't even get me started about Comcast. Okay, so this is $241.64. My husband loves sports, local sports especially, and he just will not cut the cord for the cable. I've brought up possibly switching to just all streaming networks, and telling him that there is a certain way that you can still watch local sports, and he is just not even interested. It's too much of a headache, he thinks. So until I can convince him otherwise, we are kind of stuck with that. Now, Comcast is our cable. It is also our internet, and it is our voice. We do not use our phone at home. I did call Comcast and ask what would happen if we would drop our phone service, and apparently that makes your bill go up because no longer do you have a triple play. You don't qualify for the discount. So this is where we are right now. Annoying, yes. We do have a car payment. The minimum car payment is about $225, but I've been paying $400 a month on that car. And in, I think, February, there was about $6,000 left on the car. So I've been trying to throw more and more at it each month. So I really do want to pay this off by the end of the year, if not much before. All right, we did have a life insurance payment this month. It does come out quarterly. Car registration annually. And because I am a seller on Teachers Pay Teachers, there is an annual fee, and that came out this month as well. Okay, so the streaming, we do have a few streaming services. I'm counting Spotify in the mix, Netflix, and gosh, I know there's one more. But in any event, what happens is I charge these on one of my credit cards, and I pay that off at the end of the month. So this will actually come out on my next paycheck budget. So I didn't include that here. It's usually about $50. Okay, so here we go. Now, if I did this right, and it looks like I did. Okay, I always get nervous when I watch so many budget videos the past few months, and I just think, wow, if I did that, I think I would make so many mistakes with the calculator, because when I do it on my own, I think the whiteout has become my best friend. But lucky me, I made it. So, all right, let me move the camera a little bit. Let me zoom you back out and move down. Okay. There we go. So my fixed expenses total is $1,217.92, and I'm going to subtract that from $41.92, 12 cents. to get $2,974.20. Okay, so I'm going to bump that down into the next category, which is variable expenses. Now, I am budgeting my paycheck alone. My husband is also an educator, and he manages his paycheck. I do not budget his paycheck. We are, we've been married 24 years now, and we're that kind of couple that has the separate finances. He has his bank account, I have my bank account. We split different bills. He pays some, I pay the other. It's always worked perfectly fine for us. I know people say, oh, you're just roommates when you do that, but we're okay. We're 24 years going strong, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so moving down into variable expenses. Now I have $2,974.20 left. My daughter just recently had a birthday, and she's now 19. Exciting. She is away at college. So I sent her a few things, and I also sent her some cash, which I know is what college kids need the most. So I'm going to take away $300 from that. And then I did have my nephew's birthday as well. So I'm going to take away $50. You'll see groceries and my gas for the car on my variable expenses. Groceries, just like my streaming services, I pay for that with a rewards credit card, and at the end of the month I do pay that off, and each month I'm able to get about $50 in rewards, and I really think that helps. So I'm not a cash budgeter. I am a credit card budgeter, and I do pay off fully each month. Okay, so that will come out on the next paycheck. Okay, so I have to figure out what's left. Let's see. Minus 350. All right, and I have $2,624.20. All right, let's move that up here. And I do have so many sinking funds that I am just going to put the total that is left over right up here at the top. Now, this is all very new to me because I never had these sinking funds before, up until maybe 2 months ago. I've always followed the budget, Mom. I've always budgeted in some way. I have notebooks upon notebook of all the different notations I would take and all my finances, but I decided to finally go in and get this book that I've been watching so much about, and I really do enjoy it. I don't know that I'm going to stick with it next year. I think I might try something different just because it is so bulky, but she is supposed to revise this Paycheck Budget workbook, so we'll see what happens there. Now, earlier I did mention that we do get some reimbursements from our health insurance. So those health reimbursements are going to go right into my sinking fund for health. I'll put it right back in there. All right, and because these sinking funds are new, I am going to be really trying to load them up. And I do have a little more than $2,500 here to budget, so let's see what I can do here. Gifts and Christmas, I put that together in one category. My saving up for my car, like registration, license, etc. This is not necessarily car payments. I consider my car payments debt. My pet, we have a lovable little Yorkie, and she'll be getting her sinking funds next paycheck. I do have an item here for college. For college, I'm going to put $200 away. I did mention both of my children are in college. And if you have college-age children, then you know that this year's FAFSA, the free application for financial aid, has been a complete nightmare. And my son has just transferred schools, new school in the fall. We have no idea, absolutely no idea what his bill is going to be. Not one bit. I have no idea. He does have a 529, so does my daughter. However, I'm just trying to put some extra money away so I have cash on hand in case it's more than I can anticipate. So I'm just trying to get ready. For fun and entertainment, I'm going to budget $100. This is something I've never budgeted for before. So I think this is really going to help with all the events that my son and daughter want to do. Personal, $50. Clothes, haircuts, things like that. Summer money, I always budget $200 per paycheck for my summer money. As a teacher, I do not get paid in July and August. So I do put $200 away per paycheck. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not per paycheck, per month. Per month. So I have a little bit of a cushion going into the summer. Retirement. Now, when you see retirement here, this is not my only retirement savings. I do have a Roth IRA. I do have a 403B through my employer as a teacher, and I do have a pension. This $300 is not necessarily for me to make a ton of money in preparation for my retirement. This is, and maybe I should change the name of the category, but this is the money I want to save to have money on hand for the time period that my husband and we plan on selling our house and moving to the Northeast. I don't know what all that's going to entail. Moving expenses, maybe extra money for a down payment that, we might need more money. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I just want to start earmarking some funds. And all of these are in a high yield savings account. Okay, vacation. I am going to put in $200, and home improvement is getting $350. Home improvement gets a lot of money this month because I really had to drain the funds I had. We had some serious storm damage the past month with our home. Our roof lost many tiles due to a windstorm, and during the same storm, our sump pump failed in our basement, which left it with like 3-4 inches of water. So we had to replace part of our roof. We had to have a water and mold mitigation company come and work in our basement. Some things were covered, some things were not. I'm happy that most of them were, but we did have to put out some money. So I'm trying to build that back up again, slowly but surely. All right, so this was probably the bulk of my paycheck. So I'm going to go ahead and add that up. Uh-oh, I think I just made a mistake. Let's see. Ah, I made it. I thought I hit a button twice. Okay. And when you subtract $2,624.20, you get $1,126.20. Oops, that kind of looks like a 6. All right, and now let's bring that down here. Okay, now, like I said, we have probably starting in February around $6,000. I think it's closer to $4,000, maybe $4,500 right now. So I am going to throw a little bit of extra money since I have some here that I can use. I'm going to make an extra $200 payment, which brings my extra debt down here to $200, and that leaves me a balance of $926.20. Okay, we're getting there. $926.20. Like I mentioned earlier, I do contribute to a Roth IRA. I am trying my best to max it out this year. This year I turned 50. The best perk is that I can put $8,000 in my Roth IRA. So this month I will be contributing $600 to that Roth. Now with a little over $300 left, I am going to throw a little more money into my college sinking fund. I'm getting pretty nervous about that. And I want to put a little bit more into my retirement fund since I have it this month. That's a priority for me. That leaves $26.20 as my cushion. Altogether, that gives me $926.20 with a zero-based budget. Doesn't drawing that line right through that zero just, isn't that so satisfying? Like, yes, I did it. I have a zero-based budget. I have a feeling when I do a budget check-in next week, this is going to look a little different because as I was driving home from work today, what came on in my dashboard but my emissions light? Please check emissions. So this month is turning into quite something between my house damage and now I have to take my car in. Luckily I have a super great mechanic and he's going to take a look at my car on Friday. And hopefully it's just something small. Please let it be something small. But anyhow, that's it for me. Again, my name is Christine. This is my very first video of my brand new channel. I'm excited to be here in this very supportive budgeting community. And I look forward to your comments and advice along the way. And I just wanted to thank all the budgeters out there that I've been watching for so many months now who have given me the confidence and encouragement to try this on my own. So thank you to all of you and have a great night. Bye.